advance this work and to know that student voice is essential in the work that we do as we move forward. Maine has been on the cutting edge of secondary school reform, and some of the work that's happening in our districts is going to create models for the rest of the country. And one of the districts that we wanted you to hear from today is MSAD number 47, that is in the initial planning stages of creating some new thinking that could help our sister states across New England. And so I'd like to introduce to you Superintendent Jim Morse, who's going to give you a brief summary of the high school reforms that are going on.
Good afternoon. W.C. Field said, never follow a student. Thank David for allowing that to happen. Mesolonsky is doing some great things with kids. Mesolonsky is the only school system in our area doing great things. I'd like to share some of the statistics that support some of the reform efforts that are going on in our region. You may go back to your childhood and think about vocational school. Bidney Technical Center is a vocational school for Mesolonsky, for Winslow, for Lawrence, and also for Waterville. This school year, over 400 college credits were earned by our students who participated in that center. In our school system, over 150 college credits were earned by our high school students while they're attending Mesolonsky High School. And I was talking to the director coming down the highway and saying I was asked to speak here. He had computed that in his center, that meant that parents would spend $65,000 less on college tuition by being able to accelerate programming and partnerships with dual enrollment with our colleges and our community colleges like Kennebec Valley Community College, like the University of Maine at Augusta, like Colby, like Thomas. So the high school experience has to go beyond high school walls. That kind of partnership and that kind of real effort by our staff and our students have made it happen. It's a very exciting time to be a superintendent. In spite of all the economic news, our state understands that being a small state in a very large country, we have to do it better, we have to do it wiser, we have to do it more efficiently. So being a superintendent today and working at Mesolonsky High School, just in terms of the college piece, was pretty amazing. But it's not just about the college piece, it's about breaking down traditional barriers. This school year, we're participating in a pilot study approved by my school board where 5 of our youngsters will be taking virtual high school courses. They literally could be taking a course with a child from Kansas, a child from China, a child from Singapore. It just depends on the course they signed up for. So we'll be doing that this spring. It's a very exciting partnership. Then the next piece that is on our agenda is forming career pathways, making a seamless transition between high school and college through these partnerships, getting youngsters to understand that the courses they take in high school have real meaning with the choices they'll be making as careers. When we started our careers, we thought we would have one career through a lifetime. Our youngsters will have 4, 6 different careers. They'll have to learn well, and then they'll have to relearn, and then they'll have to relearn again. They'll be participating in jobs in their lifetime that don't even exist today. So those are some of the examples I would use of what's going on in central Maine. I also would share that some of these great ideas are happening throughout the state of Maine due to the stewardship of Commissioner Gendron and Governor Baldacci. So thank you very much.
And we are indeed fortunate in the state of Maine to have such strong leadership in our superintendents, and I also want to recognize Superintendent Savitsky, who is very much involved with Dillon and the MSAD 16 district. The work that Maine's doing is an example of what we're going to be sharing across the 4 New England states. Just recently, Vermont and New Hampshire had hosted a high school conference in which the 2 states came together. We anticipate that in the near future, we will be able to bring all 4 states to common agendas to be able to have these conversations and share what's working, what have we learned, because that's the critical piece. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. We want to be able to learn from one another, to affect practice in our classrooms, to learn from our teachers, principals, and our superintendents. I'd also like to invite Ann Weisleder, who is the chair of the State Board of Education. because as another key policy board, the state boards across the 4 states will collaborate and talk about what are the policy initiatives. So, Ken?
Good afternoon. This is an exciting, inspiring, and transforming consortium that promises to pull together key elements of the mission and the goals of the Maine State Board of Education. It offers us the opportunity to reach beyond our borders, to maximize resources and expertise of our region and elevate our existing mission here in Maine. We are committed to policy leadership for the development and promotion of a public school system whose graduates will have the skills and knowledge to be college, career, and citizenship ready. This is a mission that aligns perfectly with the bold and attainable goals of the consortium, and therefore offers us the incredible opportunity to pursue our mission in a meaningful partnership with leaders from our neighboring states. When you add to that the support of Maine, New England, and national advocates for high-performing schools and world-class educational outcomes, the outlook for the future of our students is bright indeed. The State Board believes that education leaders have a moral authority and a critical responsibility to establish relevant educational equity for all students. Working with a unity of purpose to transform our schools into models of teaching and learning that will ensure each student is supported in her or his quest to succeed in and contribute to our world today demands nothing less than our best work. Engaging with our partners in this consortium will bring the best we can offer to our collective future, our students.